Alright, it's time for part 2 of my St. Louis thrifting haul. This is the one for the finds from regular thrift stores as opposed to my last video, which was about my finds from the bins. First of all, I found a beach chair. I needed this so bad a few months ago. We went, like I said in the last one, we went to the beach a few times a few months ago, and my beach chair was really crappy. It sank down in the sand, so I was pretty much just sitting on the sand. It was just awful. But I found this one, and I sat in it to test it out. I found that for $2. A beach chair for $2. I looked after we got home from the beach trip where my chair sank down in the sand. I looked on Amazon and found another beach chair that I liked, and that shit was $60. Or no, it might have been $50. I think it was either $50 or $60, and I set that aside for to order it for next year because I figured we wouldn't be going to the beach much more this year, so I wasn't gonna fool with it. And then I can't talk today. And then I found this one for $2. And it even says Gulf Shores on it. I'm from Alabama, in case you couldn't tell. And that's our beach. We've been to Gulf Shores quite a few times. And I found a tiny sewing machine for $11.04. I've been needing a sewing machine for a while. I've had a few things, like a very simple mending project that I could do by hand, and I have done a few by hand. And as I sit there mending by hand, I thought this would be so much easier if I had a sewing machine. And then I found this one, tiny little machine. It has the foot pedal, the power cord, the instruction manual, the bobbins, all that good stuff. It has everything still in here. I was so excited about that one. And another thing I'm excited about, I found a blend jet. I found a blend jet at the thrift store. That was $11.04. And we plugged it up to charge it. And it works. I was afraid it might not work because anytime you buy an electronic in the thrift store, if they don't have a spot for you to plug it in to see if it works, it's always a gamble buying an electronic in the thrift store. But I have got a bunch of smoothie recipes saved on Pinterest that I've been wanting to make for a while, and I just did not feel like hauling out our giant blender. It's packed away in a box back in the back of the closet, and I just did not feel like trying to dig it out. And this, I can finally make some smoothies, and it's the perfect size for just 1 or 2 servings, and I don't have to worry about cleaning the really big blender. I am so excited about this. I cannot wait to start making smoothies with that. And a cute little juicy backpack. That was, let's see, $2.86. I found one of these things to clean the blinds with. I hate dusting the blinds, and I'm hoping this will make it a little bit easier. That was $2.86 as well. And I found a Vera Bradley makeup pouch. My mom has a backpack that matches this exactly, so I got this for her to go with her backpack. That was $2.11. I found a book about Pluto, A Place for Pluto. I feel so sorry for Pluto. Poor little thing. Pluto's still a planet. Don't come at me. Pluto's a planet. Leave Pluto alone. She never did anything to anybody. A Farm Girls menu. Timeless recipes. I flipped through this and every single recipe has a high quality picture to go with it. I love it when cookbooks have pictures of all the recipes. Get your mouth to watering. That was all from that one. And I found this baggie of all these different toy erasers. I have a collection of a whole bunch of the ones that look like food. There are a few food ones in here, but they're mostly little animals and yeah, they're mostly little animals. I might sift through here and take out a few to add to my collection, but I think I'm gonna list the rest of them. I'm gonna list most of them on eBay. That whole bag was only $1.85, if you can believe it. And a vintage stack toy. I got that to try to sell on eBay. That one, again, was only $1.85. And this is a vintage plastic puzzle toy from the 60s. I looked it up. I think it was from 1966. I saw one of these. Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with me today. It sold on eBay for like $16.50. And as you can see, this was $1.85. There's a gnat in here. I'm gonna try to sell that. And a Bath and Body Works bag from, I think, I looked this up too. I think it was from 2002 or 2003. And when you unzip it, it still has the little pouch in it. It's attached by a little, I guess you'd call it a string. I don't know. But looky there. It still has the little pouch. Oh, the pouch still has the original tissue paper in it. I wonder if this might still be brand new. It doesn't have, well, it could be new without tags because it doesn't have any, like the original price tag or anything on it. But the tissue in the little pouch makes me think it might be new without tags. And this 1776 little pendant thingy. I thought I might could get a few dollars for that. And these little splasher thingies that kids use in the pool, they all look like pickles. I thought those were adorable. I got those to save for our kids later on. I love those. Those are so cute. And those were $1.55. I love those. And a Sanrio luggage tag that was $1.55. Can't decide if I want to try to sell that one or hang on to it because it's so cute. And a Gulf Shores souvenir keychain. That was only 75 cents. And last little bit of regular thrifting. I got this vintage cat tray. I think if I'm not mistaken, this is like wood inlay, and it has the Ciroc label on the back. I thought I might could get a few dollars for that. That was only $4.79. at Goodwill. And a plushy polka dot egg. That was like 50 cents. And one of these things that you use to slice a sandwich. You can cut it into little puzzle pieces. That was 50 cents. And soap on a rope, still in the packaging. It was $12 originally. I got it for $2.25. And it smells good. It smells so good. I love that. And, oh, my back's starting to hurt. A little Liz Claiborne bag that was $6.65. I'm going to try to sell that one on eBay. And this little pouch that I thought that was adorable. It looks like a little croissant. Little crescent roll. It still has a tag on it too. It was $3.99 at Goodwill. Still has a tag on it. Still has the tissue on the zipper, and it still has the paper still inside it. I thought that was just the cutest thing. Yeah, that wraps up everything from the regular thrift stores. I had so much fun. I always love thrifting, but when we go to St. Louis and go thrifting, oh, I am in heaven. They have so many thrift stores. Most of them are Goodwill, but there is another chain called St. Vincent de Paul. I don't know if they're like exclusively a St. Louis thing or a Midwest thing, but I've never seen them anywhere else besides St. Louis. They sure as hell ain't any up in Massachusetts that I've seen. I haven't seen any in Alabama, but they have really decent prices on just about everything. That's where I found the beach chair and everything that was in this sack that was less than $2. All of that came from there. And their books are like $1.40 each, or let's see, 10 for $10, or you can fill up a paper bag for $10. That's a hell of a lot better than Goodwill prices most of their books, and it's a whole lot better than Savers. Savers, I do buy a lot of books from Savers, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of books at Savers that were overpriced. The very first time I went to Savers, the first book I picked up on the very first trip had a huge hole in the cover. It was like a big illustrated children's book, and it had a big hole in the cover, and they wanted over $7 for that shit. That burns me up. And I didn't mean to get off on trashing Savers. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Savers. I love Savers so much. It just irks me when they overprice some things. Like, I have seen some things that I know for a fact came from the Dollar Tree, and they've priced them between $3 and $5. That ain't right. But anyway, that's everything that I found on our thrifting trip to St. Louis. And I had such a good time. I hope you enjoyed my videos.